Hey, this is Ricky with Real Talk Chimp, live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. Again, this is part 2 of the Bridgeside Machiya, which means townhouse. Japanese townhouse where you have the living area upstairs and the business downstairs. Downstairs happens to have a sushi shop with a sake bar. Again, like I said, this is part 2. In part 1, we did an unboxing, a tutorial, the tools that were required, how to get the LED lights working and such, and then we actually started working on the kit, which we made all this shenaniganery here and then stuck it to the base. So in this part 2, we'll continue building the kit. Remember to like if you like this type of content, share at Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family, chat with us, keep me entertained while I try to entertain you, and of course subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell as we upload content almost daily. So yeah, we'll get down to our shenaniganery here in a moment. Okay, so yeah, we were on this page 10 here. That's last where we left you, where we worked on gluing things and putting things together. Made these little stools. I broke one of them, but finally I glued it back together and it worked. We put a kitty cat on one of the stools. We stuck everything to the floor plate, and that's where we stopped. We were stopping at the door, and that's what we're going to work on next here. But first we're going to get all the plates back out. We have our xacto knife or cutting tool. We have our file to file down stubborn parts. We have our glue. This is a super glue which needs a well-ventilated area if we're going to use that. Otherwise, use something like this, linked in the description. Tweezers so that you can work with small parts. Little tool that comes with the kit so that you can push the parts out of the plates. Here's the LED that we worked on yesterday. If you're just joining us, there's a short video that explains this. Very bright little touchpad doohickey. There you go, that. Okay, so we'll take everything back out. This is an eating area where I have everything set up here, so I like to put everything away when I'm not using it. Plates that have fallen out. This is G. We'll put G over here. E as well. So E, F, G will stay over here on this side so that we can grab it when we need it. We have D, C, B, and A over here. But we also have multiple parts that have fallen out of, like I said, things fall out of their plates. So we just kind of keep them in the little storage box there, the box that everything came in. All right, so we need to put a door onto this little house that we have here. So we're going to look for A21. Which is right here out of the gate. So it's here labeled horizontally, but it's vertically right here. The 2 pegs are see how things just kind of fall out of the plates? Things just fall out of the plates, so we just put them into the storage area there. Okay. If you're just joining us, consider hitting that like button, sharing at Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family. Subscribing to the channel or becoming a channel member, your choice. Okay, so let's see, there's no front or back that determines what direction this goes in. So it looks like, okay, if we're facing this way, it looks like it goes down into those 2 slots right here. There's a open slot there, but that's not where it goes. A Da Vinci. Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of starting out. This is only part 2. The glue dried. This is okay. So there's a cooking pot that I made. It took 3 different layers to make the cooking pot, and then a sticker around it, and then the little frying pan. So that's like a stove. I poured some of this this clear glue into the pot to make it look like there was boiling water or something in there, and it stayed. You can actually hear. It actually solidified in there, and I put some little like pieces of random of the styrene and stuff in there to kind of look like some noodles and stuff were. See that little white block right there? It's like noodles inside there, just for poops and giggles. You know, yeah, just to add a little sass to the kit. Why not? You know. Okay, so we're gonna stick this door with these 2 pegs here. Drop them into these 2 slots right here. Not where that open little one is, but these 2 right here. So I'm just going to press this down in here if I can. A few of the things that were just snapped into place fell out, so I glued them down. Some of these things I glued down just so that I can move this around and I can manhandle it, and in case, you know, because I mean, I like to move things in different rooms sometimes. So once a kit's fully built, I'll be holding it and stuff like that, and inner parts will fall off, so I'd like to have them glued down in case I take this, move it from one bookshelf to another bookshelf. All right, so all I did was that. I took that A21 and stuck it into the plate or the floor right there. And now we'll move on to page 11. Yeah, unfortunately, these instructions aren't as colorful as other instructions. You got to deal with this kind of black and white. It's a real shame, but it is what it is. What can you do? They probably spent more on just the box, you know, the coloring of the box and such like, than they did on the instruction manual. So just in case, this is a model number SQ127, and it's not, I tried to look up the manufacturer. It only shows the middleman, I guess you'd say. So like, you know, I bought it on Amazon, but it's sold by like 25 different Chinese companies. There isn't like a manufacturer that I can find. They seem to be all manufactured at a Chinese warehouse somewhere. It says like the, you know, country of origin on here. See, it says brand owner and then a manufacturer, but it's out there in China. Brand owner, Xiamen Joincon Cloud Intelligence Technology Company. Manufacturer, Xiamen Mika Yupin Culture Communication. So, you know, you've got Rolfie and you've got Cute Bee and Cute Fun and Lao Rin and all these different Chinese companies that sell it on eBay and what do you call it? Amazon. This will be the finished kit right here. It's a townhouse, a Japanese townhouse, right? So the Machiya or Machiya, Japanese townhouse. So you have the living quarters up here, and then you have a sushi bar with a sake bar somewhere down inside this area here. Plus, it sits on top of a koi pond. So like a Zen garden to the right with a koi pond off to the left and a redwood bridge that kind of goes around. It doesn't show us what the backside looks like. It just shows us kind of like the interior and stuff. So, and the little parts and stuff that come with. This was a little bit more pricey of a kit. So yeah, this will be the whole house. This is just the tiny kitchen area right now. Just starting off with this kitchen area. So, unfortunately, not all parts have coloring on both sides, so it's meant to be at an angle when you're looking at it. Like, If you were to rotate it, even though that has color, I don't know why that one had no color. This has no color or pattern. That one does. It's kind of strange. No, I've got, if you look at the playlists in Real Talk Chimp on YouTube, look up arts and crafts, and there's like 112 videos, but I have built, I think this is kit number 13 or 14 right now. I've built so many kits that I'm kind of like, yeah, going bananas with kits. I've got them all in a box right now, but in a storage box. But I do painting, build model kits, build these 3D wooden puzzles, sculpt, airbrush, do all kinds of crazy stuff. But I kind of got into these little book nooks here. I love reading. I love having a bookshelf with books on it and having these little things that you can light up with an LED light, these little towns. I eventually want to make sort of like how people do with their railroad tracks, build the full cities and stuff. I want to build a full city with all the Japanese stuff that I have. I really enjoy Japanese architecture, Zen gardens, koi ponds, etc. in real life and in miniatures. So, yeah. All right, let's see what we got to do over here. Looks like we're building the bottom part of this floor. All right, so we're going to flip this thing on its side. We're going to look for F26, which is going to be on this side here. So this is cute right here, this little bamboo gate. This is the redwood bridge right there. Or it's a bridge, but you see how they paint it three-dimensional. Looking like an optical illusion. It's pretty neato. So F26, which is just this piece right here, some type of base. Okay, and then we need 1, 2, 3 F23s, which are right here. So we'll drop these out. Yeah, this has been a fun hobby. Now, these are frustrating model kits to put together. I purposely bought this one. This one had terrible reviews on Amazon. There was like one good review, and the rest were all 1 star. Don't buy it, you're wasting your time. Pieces are brittle. And then when I look at something like that, I go, it's a challenge. I like challenges. I don't like things that are easy, so that seems like a waste of time when it's easy. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get this kit. At least I know how to, build things up if I need to. I know how to improvise and use, backup parts, etc. So if it's a challenge, I am ready for that challenge. Hook a chimpanzee up. All right, so I stuck that piece in there. This one here goes, let's see, I think it goes in this one here. This one right here. Let's take a look. Of course, if it doesn't fit, you use your little file the parts down. That one made a nice squish sound, so the next one goes right down the line here, right into this one right here. I have to try to hold it from the side where I'm not going to break something. That's the tricky part. Oh, the cat just fell out. All right, so I'll have to re-glue the cat again. Back in there. Let's try to get this piece in here. Okay, no squish sound on that one. The last one goes right into the spot where we were putting the door. Okay, so let's try to hold this from another side. So let's see, that one goes. There we go, that one made a nice squish sound. Okay, the door. I don't know if that's much of a door than a window. Don't want to stay very well, but let's put this down for a moment. Here's a little kitty cat. So a little kitty cat, little orange calico kitty. Peel this glue off that didn't dry very well. So I use our file. Gotta give it some texture on the bottom of it so we can try re-gluing it down. right, so he basically sits on this stool right here. So let's kind of see if I can get this old glue off of here and mar the bottom of this thing up. It's just cardboard, MDF board. So maybe with a little grit like that, let's see if I can put some more glue. So I get the kitty cat to stay this time. Although he'll be kind of loose since we're working on these pieces. Just a little bit of glue. This one isn't like this glue. This one will take longer to dry. You know, it's like a paper glue. This is a super glue. Dries quicker, but it's very stinky. All right, so we'll stick this cat back on here. Okay, and this is what we did so far. We put this little cardboard piece, connected it to those two slots, and then we took these little F23s, and this indication shows that it wants the painted side forward. So I stuck one there, there, and there, so you see it like so. Okay, so basically this picture is showing you what it looks like finished. Yeah, normally, you know, this one takes longer to dry, and it does dry clear, but it does take a little bit longer. And again, it's meant for paper, cardboard, and plastic, which is basically what we're using. Even though the B7000 is made specifically for plastic, cardboard, the B6000 is for metal, for different types of metal and jewelry. So let's say your jewelry falls apart, you'd get the B6000, or I think it's the E6000. There's all kinds. This company has multiple different types, but it's super toxic. I mean, like, it smells more hardcore than super glue does, but it is a super glue. So all right, so part 14, we're gonna make some more little sushi pieces, it looks like. So we're looking for E24 and E28. So E is gonna be on this side. So E24, which is right here. Let's use our little tool here. E24 and E28, which is a plate. And the weird thing about this kit, generally these kits, oh hey there, Tony, how you doing there? Too many globs for me. Yeah, well, that's the one thing about this B7000. Like, this one has a lot of string to it. Like when you're pulling the glue away, it'll string up, make little. But what I did is I built an old like 32 Ford little step-side pickup truck, little Model A pickup truck. And I didn't make it like modern and you know, with fresh paint. I made it look like a rust bucket. So I airbrushed rust and all that into it. And I took this stuff and I put it down into, like, you know, where you would put your feet and stuff, or in the wheel well, and made spider webs with it. Because this thing, this glue makes some crazy strings. So if you want a spider web look that has a little gloss to it, use this super glue. It's pretty cool as far as making random things. All right, so we've got this thing. Looks like a ray gun, but it's some kind of rice sushi ball with a little plate. So we're just going to put the peg right into that slot, I hope. All right, that one didn't make a sound or anything. So it looks like a rice ball, some type of fish in it. Okay, so that's that one. So we're looking for E22 and E27. There's E22. This looks like it's seaweed wrapped rice with some kind of fish. Another, I guess, little sushi thing. And we're looking for E27. E27. Oh, it's a fan, like a Japanese fan. Or a slinky. I'm pretty sure it's a Japanese fan, not a slinky. I'm not Japanese, but I did build one of these houses that was one of these fan shops. And the actual fan, you know, the little fan that it's an accordion type where you open it up and fan it out. It actually has a Japanese name to it, and I can't for the life of me remember what it is. But all right, we're just going to put this peg into this slot. That one seemed to have worked, okay. Little decoration, okay, we'll put that one over here. Oh yeah, especially like I use the needle when I'm wrapping wire. So if I'm trying to make like the distributor on a car, I'll take like wire and wrap it around the needle till I can make it look like a spring. Or yeah, Tony's got it down. Tony knows. Let's go to Tony's channel. Oh, Tony's gonna need to do some more videos here. Sailing on a cargo ship. I'd be vomiting the entire time. There's Tony's channel right here. If you want to visit Tony, check out some of his videos and his short videos. We're going to have to get Tony to start making some more stuff. As well as Da Vinci. Nope, no subs, no videos, no nothing. Just a free site. But that's okay. If you have a Gmail account, YouTube channels are free anyway, so. That's a good thing about having like a Gmail account. You're guaranteed to get a YouTube channel now. Used to be you had to sign up to get a YouTube channel, but now that Google owns it, Gmail account, free YouTube channel. You know, and then you got a cell phone or you got a video camera, go to town. Okay. Let's see here. I may have to turn the air conditioning on in a moment. It is about 90 degrees outside and at least that much inside. All right, so we started with the E24 onto the E28. Again, that little object shows that you do the painted side forward. We made that. The second one was this one onto there, and here are those little critters right there. This was the first one here. Right there. That was the first one, and then here was the second one right here. And then we'll continue on. Okay. Let's see, what are we doing? We're making, looks like some tables here. So we're taking an E22 E25s, which are these things right here. And there's many of them, so we may be making several little tables. These look really delicate. Really be careful taking these out. Okay. And then we need an E29. E29, which is right here. So it is the actual tabletop. There's two of them here, so I'm not sure if we're making both. It doesn't show 2 times unless it's coming up on a different page. Well, it does show 2 of them right here. All right, we'll take both of them out in case we have to make 2 of them. Okay, we'll put those there. We'll start off. Oh, it is really warm in here. Yep. All right, so let's take a look here. So the orientation of these is like so, because there's 2 little squares here, a square here, here, and here. But looking at the orientation, it shows this sitting in this direction. So that's the unpainted side, That's the painted side. So looks like we're going to take these little feet here, run them up through the bottom. Little click. There we go. Okay. Hey Samir, how you doing? Right, this one through this one. Nice squish sound, nice squish. Okay, so there we go. And then of course, look, these pegs will fit into the floor. So remember, this is, even though we're making like a little book nook thing, this is exactly the same way you're going to build dollhouse furniture. If you're ever going to build dollhouse or build any kind of furniture for any kind of city you're building or whatever, you're basically going to be doing the same thing. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to plug these two pegs into those two slots. Again, if they don't fit, use your file to sand them down. These seem to be working, unlike some of the other parts that we did. That was a good sound right there. I have the microphone to pick up ASMR, or to process in ASMR, so that hopefully you hear the squishy sounds and such when I'm putting these in. You may hear bodily sounds as well. I apologize for any of those. All right, so little tables. Little tables. I will put them aside. We need an E19, which looks like a soy bottle. Let's get our little tool here. I had another piece fall off. E19. Okay, so E19 goes onto that little hole. So this little critter. Squishing it there, so you got a little soy bottle, it looks like. Okay, so we'll put that one aside. And it wants us to do E29, which one was E29? No, that was E29. Oh, you want me to glue? I see those little faces coming up. Which one? Oh, it's this one right here. Okay, so the first one that I made, the little sushi plate, wants me to glue it onto the board here. So we'll use the E7000. Whew, here we go. Oh, it smells lovely. I picked a wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Okay. That one's pretty instant when you glue that on there. The only tough part is yeah, getting it stuck to your fingers and stuff. Always make sure that you have a little container of salt nearby. So that's the only way you're going to break your fingers free from super glue. Unlike maybe a razor blade. Holy moly! Stop! I'm not even touching this thing and the glue's pouring out here. All right, forget it. I'm going to need to use it anyway. You will just drip out uncontrollably. Enjoy yourself. All right, so this one here requires an E20, which is right here, which may be a little sake, a sake vase with little shot glasses or something. I guess that one's going to be placed right in here, like so. And then we're going to glue the other one, the little food that we made over there, onto this one as well. That was too much glue. Like so. Yep. That looks about right. I'll put that over there. Put that over there. Now we'll try to close up this glue. It's like trying to sheath a samurai sword here. This thing's so small. Got it. Jeez. All right. Whew, it's hot in here. Okay, so I'll show you what I did. I connected those. Connected that. And then I built the little tables. And then I glued the parts. Well, I stuck the little sake or little soy sauce on this table with the little critter sushi glued down to the table, which look like that, which looks like this. I need to push this one down a little bit more so it doesn't look like it's floating up there. So that's about the best I can do there. So I'll turn it at the angle to make it look like it's three-dimensional. Hopefully that focused up for you. Okay. Then the next one here was this table. And we glued those parts on. I know it wants to focus in on my thumb rather than the actual little critter. Okay, so now we're gonna, looks like we're gonna build a little floor with stools on it. So you know how in Japan they'll put their legs together and they'll sit down on basically on their knees, right, on these pads, and then they'll eat at sort of waist-high little tables. So I couldn't find that very comfortable. That would trash my back within just a few minutes. So, but you know, hey, it's their tradition. It ain't mine. I'm also the guy that goes to a Chinese restaurant, orders chopsticks just to play the drums with them, but eats with a fork. All right, we're looking for E4, which is right here. So horizontally, there's your E4. It's this little floor here. Each of these little circles is the messed up way of saying circles. All right, so we're looking for, this is E4. We'll look, there's a post right here. So we're going to keep the orientation this way. According to this, and we're going to look for F25. F25, which is right here. And they look like they're corkboard or they're actually pieces of lumber. That is quite painful looking. I would hope they're nice and squishy and soft. Gosh, that would hurt your legs. Unless you're samurai, then it wouldn't matter because you've been working on that for a while. All right, guess what? Looks like we get to glue these things down. I do not see any way to put them on here, although it doesn't show adding glue to it, but now we're gonna glue these critters down. So we'll just put a drop of glue there. Drop, there's a spider web in between, another spider web, and another spider web. Okay. Get this thing sheathed again. Okay. Speaking of chopsticks, picked up this little critter, set that down, try to keep it centered on there. I am no good with chopsticks. This is tweezers, not chopsticks, but it sure feels like it. Okay, using our hand. Looks like maybe it's wicker, like it's supposed to be wicker. something, I don't know. I don't know how well this focuses. Does it look like a wicker type material on there? Okay, so now they want us to glue these tables on here. So you see the 4 openings there, and then the 4 pegs here. You want me to keep it turned that direction. Okay, like so. And remember dose, same thing. 4 holes, 4 pegs. Just kind of align them up, squish them in. Like you do. Oh, one of our little doohickers is off center. Let's put that back on there. Our doohicker. So you'd sit right there, not on your bottom, but you'd put your legs, your knees on there, and you'd be at waist height. Now, supposedly this kit, like right here, is supposed to be 1/25th scale people. But 1/25th on here seems a little large. I'm thinking, well, 1/32nd maybe. Let's see, 1/18th would be like that high. They'd be like Yao Ming and LeBron James going to the sushi shop. It's entirely possible. I mean, you can't deny Yao Ming or LeBron James from going and having sushi at a Japanese Bridgeside Machiya, right? Machiya or yeah. Okay. So that is what I have done. I glued these little critters onto that base, and then we stuck the tables that we made from the previous down into those spots there. And now we're going to add some flooring to the base of this critter, this floor. So we're looking for an E21. We're looking for an E21, sir. We might speak a little Irish today. We don't know why. We just kind of slipped into it. Here's an E21. Okay. I started talking like a leprechaun. I don't know why. I'll make it stop immediately. And we're looking for 2 F-22s. Look, it's Jaws, everyone. Da-dum, 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 da-da-da. Sorry. What was I working on again? Oh, F-22 Raptor. F-22 right here. Where is it? I think it's these two right here. Okay. F-22, all right. So these little critters and this little critter will go where? Will go, so we're going to turn it this way. And we're going to put this here onto here, like so. Oh, that was a nice snap. Please don't break. Thank you for not breaking. Then we'll flip it around. This does not have a painted side, so we'll take this critter, put it into that slot, like so. Let's see. This one here. It's a new day with hands. Fingers are not cooperating. Oh boy. There we go. So weird looking little feet here. Which makes me think, let's look at the picture here. All right, so we're looking at this picture right here. So this is like a little side building off of the main building. This is a side building, like an extension. And this one's going to sit right on top of the koi pond. So you'll be able to look out the window and see the koi swimming around. That's pretty darn cool. I used to have koi fish. They are so cool. I got them when they were the size of goldfish. And then after 7 years, they were, I can't even show you on here, but they went up to like 3 feet. So I had 2 1,000-gallon ponds in my backyard that my buddy and I built. And when I moved in, within a few months, I got the koi, put the koi in there with other critters. And yeah, someday I hope to do that again. Someday I hope to have a yard where a landlord or myself allow me to put a Zen garden in there, you know, with the stepping stones and the sand, you know, and swirls, or however I decide to do it. Koi pond. Yeah. That's a bucket list thing. All right, so this little fangs right here that we just created, this one's going to be located. Oh, we have fallen and we can't get up. Stay. So that's after doing the 2 little tables there. That's doing this little thing right here, putting those pieces. All right, we're done. We're going to flip the page here. Oh, okay, it looks like we're going to connect. We're going to connect this with this. So let's figure out how this is going to work. So we're going to take these open slots here and connect this peg and this peg here. Try without breaking things. That is what we're going to do. We're going to try to do this at a weird angle here. The door is probably going to fall off. There doesn't seem to be any support for this on here. There it is. Okay, door wants to keep falling down. Let's try to put this the other way and see if it sticks in there any better. Doesn't seem to want to go in there any better. This was better the first time. It is what it is. Okay. All right, so we got it here. It doesn't seem to be supported very well. What is that? We need an E26. Oh, come on, little door. Stay there. Let's try to put this here. We need an E26. E26, which is this little thing right here. This is going to be required to be glued down. I'm about to have another piece fall out of here. Let's move that. Okay, so this little, looks like a little step, a little wooden step. That just needs to be glued down. It doesn't show that we need to glue it down, but it's not magnetized, so just going to use a little bit of Elmer's. Take the little critter and just glue it down here. I don't know if it's a support piece or what the heck is it. It looks like a step. So I'm thinking this isn't a door, this is a window right here. So this looks like yeah, this is a step. This is a window slash support for the ceiling. This is a step. There'll be steps here. Well, yeah. There'll be like a pier that runs along the front of this. And this would be a step into the place. Then you can step up here, I suppose. Okay, let's put this down here for a moment. Okay, so I'll just show you what I did. So again, that little star indicates painted side top. We did painted side top, okay. And I showed you how that I connected those two critters onto those two slots there. Okay, so now, in a moment, I'm going to add the whole kitchen, this whole thing that we just made, onto another plate. But before I do that, I'm going to go turn on the air conditioning because it is at least 100 degrees in here. So you will stare at the sassy hat, and I will be right back. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, chat with whoever's in the room. Oh Lord. Okay. And I'm back. Just had to turn the air on. It is roasty. It's only 80 degrees in here. Only. All right, so now we're going to look for F7. Well, we know that F7 fell off the first day, so let's go in here and get us an F7. This here is an F7. There's our koi fish. So they painted them three-dimensional. Pretty cool. All right, so the orientation, it looks like it sits like this. So they want us to take all of these little pegs and connect them onto this base, starting with, that doesn't look right. If we did it, turn it that way, then we'd have that. Okay. So this peg will go into that hole right there. Ooh, these guys do not want to cooperate. So let's try to get these guys in first. And then we'll try to get everybody else to cooperate. Ooh, there was a nice snap. Okay, that one went down pretty good there. Little window. We don't have any pegs on this side. Okay. All right. We seem to be good. Seem to be good. Let's do a little drone flyover here. A little koi. Meow. 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 Yummy. Okay. All right, so like I showed you here, All right, so now it looks like part 15, roll up mesh material and adjust the length as desired. P7. P7? What is P7? I don't remember seeing a P in here. Let's go back to the beginning here. P7. Nanotape. Oh, okay, that's Mr. Smiley. All right, you want me to get some of the Mr. Smiley. That's the Mr. Smiley tape right there. And what on earth is that? That looks like... like this. A little bamboo rug or something. Let's take a look. I'm going to take out the scissors. You will stay there, Mr. Phone Do Hicker Thingamajig. Stay. Let me go grab something real quick. I will be right back after these messages. Did you know that playing with pussycats can have an adverse effect on your psychological being? Confucius say, one who kisses pussycat gets hair caught in teeth. What? Ugh. Okay, so we went and got us a scissors. So you can use scissors or an X-Acto blade. We are going to do something here. First, we're going to try to make our fingers work so we can open up this little plastic bag. Then we are going to take out one of these little critters here. Cute. Okay. So what am I looking for? I am looking for this. Son of a mother father. So Mr. Smiley is actually part P. Okay. P. I got this little toolbox at the Dollar Tree for less than $3. You can go buy a real expensive one if you want. It'll probably fall apart within a week. But you know what? I'm fine with that. All right, so let's see. What do you want me to do? You want me to roll this thing up? This does not appear to want to roll up very well. Is this the way we roll it up? Like so. Okay, so where does the Mr. Smiley go? What is its purpose? Where does this go? It doesn't even... Oh, they're used as window shades. Oh. So I'm going to be making multiple ones. So you want me to cut a piece of this stuff like so. It's about pretty close. And then you want me to take this, stick it onto the fuzzy side. Like so. Not centered very well. And then you want me to take the, oh, let's see, can we get the other side off? Peel the side off. This is when you call your mom out because she's got the fingernails. Oh my Lanta. Double-sided tape not cooperating. Epic fail. How about now? Oh my Lanta. There it is. I see it. Come on. There we go. Okay. So you want me to take this and roll it up like so. Just like that. You want me to make 5 of these? Son of a mother father. 5? All right, I had them over here. Okay. Let's see, is there 5s? Okay, you know what? I am done with a little plastic bag. So we have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 of them. Where do you see 5? Am I missing? Was there one inside this bag? Ah, I found another one. It is inside this bag. Oh, got to deal with another plastic bag here. Chimpanzees, just remember, these kits are chimpanzee proof. They do not want chimpanzees apparently working on these kits. So there we go. There's number 5 right there. A little plant in there. And then take this guy. Put them back in the accessory pack. Keep everything in its place. All right, so we're going to make 5 of these. Okay. Make sure they all kind of do bendy things. Okay, they all do bendy things. I suppose you could use glue and you don't have to use Mr. Smiley, but I guess we'll use Mr. Smiley. But there isn't enough Mr. Smiley, so we'll use glue on the last one, see how it fares. Okay. This is the tedious work you get your child to do. Child labor. Not my cup of tea. Okay. Not take that out of context. Crazy people. So I'm pressing it on to this thing here so that I should be able to get the paper off of it. So it's down to the glue. Nope, didn't work with that side. Holy mother of Jello. Okay. There we go there. There's the glue, so now we wrap this little critter like so. Okay, so there's one, there's two, three more to go. I think we can split this one up. It's probably going to be difficult, but if anybody has a Galaxy S25 Ultra, raise your paw. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to @Real Talk Jim. Be greatly appreciated. There we go. Now we will roll this guy up. Okay, there's number 3. See if it holds with this thin piece here. Just pressing it down into it so that I can peel up the double side. Yeah, when you press it down on there, the glue stays on. Then you can peel the paper off. Okay. Fold that one up. That's number 4. And do we have any more Mr. Smiley? I think what I'm going to have to use... Oh no, we have this piece right here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh. Okay, I'm going to press it down. Use some reasonable force on here to force this glue down. Perfect. Okay. All right. There is 5. So that is what we did. Roll up the mesh material and adjust the length as desired. Cut to proper length, P7, which was the Mr. Smiley tape, or the double-sided clear tape. Press it on, peel it off, roll it up. There it is. All right, let's clean up our little mess here. You didn't hear that. Okay. for little critters. We're going to flip the page. Okay, we are going to take a wall and put some things on it. So we need an A4. Okay, which makes me think there is no A4 on here, so it fell off. So let's go back into the box and look for an A4 in here. Shove this guy right here, minus this piece. Put that in there. This is what we're looking for. This is our A4. A4. Okay, we're going to glue these guys eventually. We'll put them back up here. All right, let's see what we need. We need H14 times 3. Well, H is a sticker, so we'll go over to our H and look for H14, which looks like these little parasol fans with painted pictures on them. Okay, so they're gonna go, I guess no particular order. So one is gonna face this way. You see how there's a little empty space right there? So that's where I'm gluing them on. Or not gluing them, but just sticking them on there. Okay, and now an E16. Well, that's not E, so an E16 is right here. Oh, it's a Japanese samurai mask. Samurai. It's a samurai mask. Okay, this one's gonna have to be glued on. Okay, so we'll take some B7000, why not? YD Ozark, just remember, eyes are not in the back of the head, so don't look to the past. With them in front, look towards what is ahead, and always find a way to make it enjoyable. Hope the day is well. I like that, Ozark, thank you. Took me a second to read it because I'm slightly blind. Let's see. Ozark Moss, huh? What do you got going on in there? What kind of video games are you playing here, sir? That is a mouse with a firearm. Cool, bro. Nice. I like fortune cookies. I'm down. don't have any at the moment, but okay, we're just going to drop a little droppy McDropper tin in there. Try to close this up. With this little samurai mask. Domo arigato. Hi. Right on the wall. Remember, it's super glue, so once it's on there, it's not going to move. Oh, I can't move it anymore. It's already solidified on there. Okay. So I'll show you what I did. We took the H14x3, which were the 3 stickers of fans, stuck them onto the wall there. And we stuck that samurai mask on there, but again, nowhere on here does it say glue it or put double-sided tape on it. So I thought I heard a Sammy behind me, but I think it was just a ghost. So now we're going to move on over here and put that wall with a fence into the ground. So we shall take our little ground here, and we will take, you see it has, the pegs are these little flat critters. So those guys will go down into those slots down there. So let me raise this up so you can see it. So the slot right here, my finger is behind it so you can see where it's at. Slot right here and slot right here. But we're going to turn it this way so that this way faces inside. It's so weird. So you're never really going to see those 2 newspaper articles there. So why would that be there? That's... Oh, was I supposed to? Oh, I bet you I was. Oh, I bet you I was. I won't be able to do that now, I don't think. I think I may have glued this down. Let me see. This will be... All right, little window, you're coming off. Let's see if I can do this. I think I glued this down. Yep, now it's glued down. Oh well. Normally that should be facing the other way. But I probably got sidetracked playing with a pussycat. So you know what I'm just going to do? I'm going to paint the other side. That's right. I'm just going to paint inside there. You're never going to know. Okay, you may know. Oh, you're probably going to know. All right, fine, you're going to know. Little Sharpie action. Sharpie McSharper tins. Guess we cannot put that there without this little window. This little window has to sit right there. But I think I can glue little window down. This little window doesn't seem to want to cooperate. But I think little window is supposed to be like a sliding window. You know, like a rice paper sliding window. So we'll just kind of wait and see. Okay, so now we need an F11. F11. Right here, this little bamboo fence is an F11. Very cute. And this F11 here goes. So these little Peggy McPeggertons will go into Slotty McSlaughter tins. Right there. Somehow. Nope. We are doing some filing, folks. Remember, if you end up filing too much, you'll just have to dab a little bit of glue in there to support it down. Okay. It's kind of hard because there's not a lot of places to hold on to. Okay, nice and squishy on there. I like how that looks three-dimensional though. So you can tell it's just cardboard, right? But the way they painted it, it looks cylindrical. Very pretty. Muchas gracias, donde está la biblioteca? Okay, so what we did was we just connected that wall into the ground there with the slots and the fence facing us to get this sassy thing here, which is this sassy thing here. So yeah, we'll probably glue that down to that wall eventually. All right, so now you want me to add an A22 somewhere. You want an A10 first, which I know is inside this box. I should have grabbed it. All right, this guy right here should be an A10. Warthog. There. All right, so we have this guy. We need an A22. A22, which is right here. Okay. You want me to, this is a windowsill apparently. You want me to take this A22 and run it down onto that red, two red pegs. It's the slots there. We have done this many times with many sets. Sound of celery crunching. Body hit, body hit. That's your sound effect there. Okay, now you want me to glue 3 of the shades onto this window so that they'll look, so which way? Doesn't really tell me which way. I'm going to assume that this is the outside. This is the inside. I know it's bad to assume, but Let's get our gluey McGluer tins. This one's a bead of glue back here. Stick this critter. Right about here. And then this critter. About here. This critter. And about here. So that there's a gap between them if you can. Let's get a gap between them. Still try to make them don't have to be perfect, just has to be. So let's see this way. Now you know what? Because I'm Ricky from Real Talk Champ, and I do like to add as much realism as possible. You know how normally to bring down these types of shades, you have a little pole that hangs down next to it? I don't see any such thing on here. So I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. All right. So this is what we did. We put that little windowsill on there. We glued them thingarinies onto that doohickey wall, which is this, and then we're going to put it down into that plate, that floor plate or ground plate. So let's figure out what side we're going to put this on. It's going to go on this side over here. So these two slots, these two pegs, nice squishy sound. Cool beans. Okay. That one doesn't want to seem to cooperate very well, but I'm sure once we put the roof on it and such, it'll stay together, we hope. Okay, we still have 2 windows left, so they'll probably go elsewhere. So again, stuck it to said floor. Peg into slot, peg into slot. And you see it here. Like so. And we're going to flip the page. Okay, we're going to make some curtains now, it looks like. Fold a long dotted line. Okay, but there is the finished part of that, which is what you see right there. And yes, do not adjust your TV set. I do have a broken and bent finger. You can say, courtesy of wheelchair into car. All right, we are looking for H17, which is right here. And what do you want me to do with this thing? Fold along a dotted line. Fold along a dotted line. But this is a sticker, right? All right, let's look for E32. How about that? Let's look for E32, which is right here. So this is a doorway or a window way or some kind of way. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Okay, we have an E31, which is on the outside of this doorway thing here. So it's a threshold. Okay. 32. Then we need two A2s. A2s up here. Okay. Some type of little brackets. All right, so we'll take this threshold here. And we'll plug in these little A32s. Peg here. Slot here. Nice squish. Peg here. Slot here. No squish. Like so, I believe. Okay. Oh, it's not a threshold. What the heck is it? It's a windowsill of some sort. Okay, I thought it's connected to this, but apparently it is not connected to that. All right, so we'll put that one aside. Oh, it goes alongside of it. Weird. All right, so first set of curtains. Let's see. I4. First set of curtains. This is H17. Okay, so you want me to what now? You want me to fold these this way. Oh crap. Well, not the best job in the world. Then you want me to what? You want me to, how do you want me to stick this on here? Oh, you don't really tell me what direction. My God. It goes on the inside like this. There wasn't a lot of glue there. So that it should look like this, but I really screwed them up. Didn't do a very good job. So like that. Okay. And then I4. I4. What is this? That's J. That's H. What the heck is I4? There's K, L, dump everything out. This is I, okay. Little grass. Ever hurt anyone? Okay. Oh, we had more Mr. Smiley the whole time? Son of a mother father. Okay, so we're going to take I4, which is this guy right here, This is a sticker? What is this? This material feels like cloth. I don't know what this is. I mean, I know it's little flags. Okay, so it doesn't get taken apart like a sticker, no. So it just goes, so there's little slits right here on either side. There's a little slits right there. So you take this, it must sit on the outside. Oh, and you run these little tabs into the little slit here, like so. That one runs right through it. Okay, like that. It's very cool. Okay. Then what do you want me to do with this? You want me to connect it onto here. So, oh, dang it. I know I'm gonna have to glue these curtains things on here. I'm gonna have to do that. Let's do that. So I didn't leave enough tape for it to set. So let's do that. Oh my God, this thing to put this cap on this super glue is so bizarre. Well, I can't put it on there right now. So let's do this. Oh, that looks much better. Okay, while this dries, I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Let that glue dry. I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Talk amongst yourselves. then. Okay. And we're back. All right, so now we're going to connect these walls. This can't be right. I guess that's right, the way it's supposed to go. It seems odd that there's no paint on the inside of this wall. So it's going to connect here somehow. Just like that. Why does it seem odd right there? And then this one. That's going to be really weird. Oh, it just fell out. That stupid step just fell out. Weird. Okay. Let's see how this thing goes. See if we can use the tweezers to connect this. No? Okay. It doesn't want to connect with the bottom. Be careful. I'm kind of disappointed in that, but that's part of the challenge, I guess. All right, let's try to glue this base back down here. Let go. Dang it. I can see this whole challenge thing here. Things not fitting together, which was one of the major complaints of the kit. That's cool. Like I said, it just makes it more challenging. Okay. So we did that. We glued this onto that wall. Connected those pegs. We connected that flag onto those pegs. We stuck them onto the wall here. And this is what we have. Okay, moving on to the next page. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChimp. Okay, so now we're going to add some more pieces to the base here. So we're looking for an L1. This is a P16 and L2. Which one is L? This is L. Okay, so it's this grass here. Or flocking, I think it's called flocking. Take some of this flocking out. Set this piece right here. So I'm not sure if this stuff peels off. Yeah, it does say that it peels off. This backing peels off and it should be sticky underneath. However, this one doesn't show how it's connected though. So this one would require glue. This is the water on top of the koi pond. So there's the koi pond, right? And I think that looks fine just with itself, but they want this acrylic put on there to make it look like it's moving water. Okay, so then let's see how we can get this tape off of this flocking here. This seems really tricky. I can't get it off. I'm gonna have to glue it straight onto that paper if I can't figure out how to get this flocking off the glue or off of this. Does not look like it wants to come off. No, I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to glue it straight down to the cardboard. Paste along the edge of the baseboard. Remove surface film before using P16. Well, I couldn't get it off, so I glued it straight to it. So there's a grass, or the flocking there, but it looks like grass. Then the water. The rest of the grass right there. So that's right here. Flop it over there. So now we're going to start building these fences here, it looks like. All right, so we need our the pier, F27. F27, which is here. Orientation is like that. We need F19 times 3. Appears to be 4 of them. Oh, let's see, this one's connected. No. Okay. So these are connected. That peg into that slot. Okay, nice squish. This peg. Lost connection there for a moment. Into that one. That one doesn't look right. Let's try this side. It's better. What on earth is happening? All right, so that's first part of the pier. So now we need an F17. Just here. It says that this is supposed to fit in there. There we go. F14, Tomcat. Here's F14. Careful taking it out so you don't snap it. Middle part connects to this slot right here. A19. into this slot here is a support beam. This peg. Okay. Okay, it's got two sides to it. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put this aside. Okay, then we're going to look for F20. F20 was the little guy right here. And then an F-18, the U.S. Navy's finest fighter jet, the F-18, or the famous VMFA, fight using those aircraft. The F-18, which would be the straight wings, as opposed to the F-14 that flexes wings. We're looking for an F-8. Looks like F8 are these little silver things. Oh, these are like pagoda, parts of the pagoda lights. So we'll grab one of these, put that there. Oh, we have to make 4 of them, okay. Okay. So we need J2, J2, I, H, there's K, here's J. J2, this is paper things. Oh, this is definitely going to require glue. J2 to make it look like the lights are shining inside these lanterns. Okay. Let's take a look here. All right, so we take this, we connect to this like so, or maybe we don't. Holy moly, that does not want to go in there. There we go. Okay, so now we have to turn these around this direction, and then we have to glue. Marked in red is a spare part. Okay. So what? Wow, this is so confusing. I'm just gonna have to guess. I really don't know. I really don't know. So let's face all these this way so the non-color side is facing us. Then what we're going to do is we're going to glue these little squares, if I could pick them up, and they have color on both sides. So brown side down, yellow side up. We're going to try add these things in here. So that you see it on the inside. So we're going to make 4 of these. So glue. Take the little paper sticker and put it on the outside. This one didn't cooperate very well. Oh, this glue is ridiculous. This kit certainly makes you feel productive. Making you feel like you're actually making the little parts. Sticking in my hands. Okay, let's set these things aside. So that they can dry. Get off my finger. Get off my son of a... Okay. What doesn't make sense is I did not see, only seen one of these, and it says 4 of them, but F20 doesn't have any more F20s. A23. I gotta go inside the box because I think they're inside here. this little house, put it up here. Stick these guys, bring them down here. There's A13 and A23, that's what we're looking for. Let's take all the parts that we know. We'll just leave this box as a trash box for trash and scraps. Okay. Hey, Sammy. Hey, Sam. How you doing, monkey? Come here, monkey. Can you come over here? Hi, can you let everyone know to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Add Real Talk Chimp? Thank you. Yeah, thank you. No, you got a leaf on your butt. I got that leaf off your butt. I did. I took the leaf off your butt. It's right there. Now you're going to step on it and put it right back on your butt. Yeah. Hi, Sammy. Hi, little monkey. That break was sponsored by Sammy, the Norwegian forest cat. Take time from building your kit. It'll alleviate frustration and all kinds of other shenaniganry. Sometimes you just need a Sammy break. Sammy knows, right, Sammy? Sometimes you just need a Sammy break. And you get a belly. Everyone who's watching right now gets a belly. That's pretty rare, you know. He doesn't show the belly to anyone. So you must be very special if he's showing you the belly. I love you, Sammy. All right, what were we doing? All right, we're looking for A23 and A13, which is right here. Okay, I'll pop those guys out. Look like little alien craft. All right, we're connecting A13 onto A23. Some of the paint part fell off there. Great. Okay, so there that is. It looks like the top of a pagoda. Put that down. So that was, you saw I glued all those pieces on there. Then I just made that right there. Flipping the page. We have two A13. Okay, these are the ones in case you break that one. This is the extra ones. So we'll put that aside. So we are making a pagoda. Align I3 with the notch and thread it through the sequence. I3. This is I3. These are pieces it's requesting, so let's figure this out. So we have how many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. To have fun with some origami again. All right, so what are we doing? This looks like something that's going to be tricky. Okay, so we're taking these tabs, running them through these slots. like so. Here comes the elusive Sammy. Hi, Sam. Are you going to try to figure out, are you going to give us your paw of approval? What do you see? Whoa. That was scary, sir. Here, let's move this over a little bit so you have a little more room. How's that? Careful. Careful, you got stuff all over you, bud. Are you okay, monkey? Are you okay, monkey? Hey, Sammy. Be careful, bud. Okay, where were we? It makes me think. Okay, good. He didn't walk off with them stuck to his feet. All right, so we stuck these into that corner. Now, let's stick this next one into this corner. Not as easy as it looks. Okay, like so. Your home. Are you too good for your home? Well, that didn't work. Let's try the other one. Oh my Lord. Okay. Now we need F10. F10. This doesn't look tricky or anything. So on the two diagonal ones, I'm going to put these pegs somehow. Okay. We need to take these little lights, put them on the square side. I'm just going to assume it's orange side down. Do not want these to break. That one wasn't orange side down, that was orange side up. Let's take that one off, turn it around. So it makes sense to me that orange side would be down and yellow side would be up if it was a flame inside there. This last one is tricky. Okay. Definitely have a pagoda looking critter. Okay. I'm going to put a light bulb through there. Okay. Side. Don't break, please don't break. Okay, so now we need F9. Two F16s. And F15. All kinds of Navy fighters, although the F-15 is Air Force. The F-16 is also Air Force, I believe. But the F-18 and the F-14 are Navy, the last time I checked, but I can be certain. Okay, so then this these little pegs go into here, or not. They're not fitting in here for me. I gotta be doing something wrong. What on earth is happening? Guess I'm doing some filing is what I'm doing, because I can't get these parts to fit at all. Didn't work at all. All right, so I've got to cut some center part out. There we go. I feel like a broken nail inside there. Pretty brutal. They're just little pegs, but they're, boy, are they tough to get inside here. Okay, now that. This is so confusing. Okay. These 4 slots should accept these 4 tabs. Without breaking it. Okay, now we have to put a light bulb up through here. So we got to determine which light bulb it is, because it really doesn't tell us. Let's try to get that. One of the biggest complaints, besides things not fitting together, were the lighting situation. To determine which one is which light, because you see there's a longer LED wire and a shorter LED wire, but it doesn't tell you which one is which. So how am I supposed to know? So let's do this. Where's our Mr. Smiley? Oh, there's a Mr. Smiley right there. Okay. So let's try something here. Totally improvise. Gonna try to figure something else. We're gonna make a label. It's supposed to be 50 centimeters. Okay. P3 is the 50. All right, so we take the P3, 50 here. That doesn't fit in there, sir. You show it is fitting inside there. There's absolutely no way that'll fit in there. Oh, come on. This thing is such a crappy little thing. Okay, well, we know that that works, so that's good. Thank you there, Da Vinci. Appreciate it. It's painful, and I can see why people gave it such poor reviews, but you know, it's a challenge. The assembly time is 3 to 4 hours. We're already into 5 hours of this. 3 hours for part one, and almost 3 hours of part two. It does not take 3 to 4 hours to completely assemble this kit. Give it about 36 to 28, 97 weeks to build this kit. All right, let's let that glue in there. Yeah, I don't care if you're speed building. There's parts that you have to file, parts that you have to glue that they don't even tell you. This is a tricky kit. There's a lot of improvising that has to be done as well, but you know, it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna put this over here to dry. Stay. Okay, so where were we? We did this here. Okay, so that's the light sitting inside there. Okay, now you want me to actually put the light into the base as well as put the bridge on here. All right, let's take a look here. Let's figure out where this goes. This is a little step. Oh my God. How much more confusing can this possibly be? All right, I think this goes here. I think. Okay, then this. Oh, okay, that was pretty easy. Just had to align things up here. I I think what I'm going to do is drop some glue into these holes right here to secure this bridge down. Let that dry. Spider webs everywhere. Okay. I have to cut off this little ticket that I put on here just to know which one was which. It's pretty strong. I'm going to glue this little pagoda down. Especially since the light bulb clearly isn't going to stay. It's not going to cooperate. Just have to lean it to the side for now. See, it shows it as a real short cord, but if it said it was the right cord, then this one was the 50 centimeter cord and not the 5 centimeter cord. So it could be completely wrong. It shows it as a super short cord. Doesn't make any sense at all because it says the cord is P3. Okay, you see it says P3 is the cord. So when you go back to the beginning, P3, wait a second. Yeah, P3 is 50 centimeters. P5 is 15 centimeters. 50 or 15? I'll show you the 15. This is the 15. This is clearly 50. So unless they mislabeled it, I don't really know. Let's skip ahead a little bit and take a look-see. Oh my God. They had to have mislabeled it. Sorry, it just cut out an Amber Alert on the phone, so you're probably looking at a black screen. It should come back in a moment. All right, so this one is showing the same one that I just did, so it's got to be the small one. So this one is really screwed up. And now I'm starting to understand why they really screwed this thing. It says route P3 is shown in the figure. So why would you tell me that this is P3 when it is clearly not P3? Because this one is P3. Holy mother of monkey jello. So it has to be mislabeled as P5, right? Oy. You know what? I think I'm going to call it for today. I think we've done enough. And I'm going to have to do some research on Reddit to figure out which one is which. I had to do this for another kit. So, and I went to the Reddit. There's actually a Book Nook kind of group on Reddit that talks about these kits. And I have come across other errors and stuff like that, mislabels and stuff like that. But yeah, so we're gonna call it here. We'll pick it back up on Friday, or we'll figure something out. My name is Ricky. I live stream on Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. This is on YouTube. I also live stream on Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, all social media that I can get my hands on. So, I didn't want to do that. Let's try this again here. Let me go back here if I can. It's not going to let me. Okay. So Da Vinci was hanging out with us. Tony was here. Samir said hi. Jazz T visited. YD Ozark gave us a nice little proverb. So I appreciate you hanging out with us today. Remember to like if you like this type of content. I put the blood, sweat, and tears into doing live streams. Like I do this crap on purpose. These kits shouldn't be so freaking complicated or difficult, but they are considered wooden puzzles. Puzzles are not meant to be easy unless they're 10 pieces. But when you're doing a 1,000 piece or a 500 piece puzzle, it's going to be challenging. This is a very difficult kit. It says it's only 3 stars, but I assure you, this is past 5 stars. But it will be absolutely beautiful when it's done. You just have to do some modifications, some improvisation. We just got to do what we can do to make it sassy and wonderful for you all to enjoy. And if it just means we have to completely rework something, well, then I'll just completely rework it if I have to. Like I said. All right, so let me, let's try to clean up a little bit because people do eat here. So let's try to do a little bit of cleaning. Get all our little tools into a sassy spot. These are pieces that have fallen out of their plates. We'll put them aside. This looks like a ceiling. Put that up there. Get all these plates together here. Some little flashing. Okay, grab these plates back here. Okay. Get right here. Grab our stickers, our paper, cardboard, our other goodies, our accessory pack. Put that right there. Our instructions, our tools. So I bought this really cool toolkit off of Amazon. You don't need to buy it, but it's a jewelry kit. It's for bending and making like jewelry pieces and stuff. It's all different types of needle nose. It's a really cool kit. It's for working with brass, copper, gold, what have you. But it's just because like this kit's going to have metal rings in it. And I needed needle nose for the metal rings. And I figured this was like $20 on Amazon. Even comes with wire cutter too. You can bend around it. So we were talking about bending the wire around the needles, but you have like these right here. So if you ever need to bend wires around needles and stuff, instead of using the needles and poking your fingers, you get these things right here and you bend the wire around them. It's pretty neat. Little kits. Little things to make your life easy. Why not, right? Spoil yourself. Enjoy. All right. For Sammy. Hey, Sammy. Can you ask everyone to like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChimp? Pretty please? With monkeys on top? You're going to do it in Morse code with the tail? Okay. All right. Again, Ricky with Real Talk Chimp, live streaming on YouTube @Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. We'll be back with part 3 of the Bridgeside Machiya 3D wooden puzzle. We'll be back soon to, like I said, to do that. So comment, even if you're watching this back as an archived YouTube video, comment, chat with me. I like communication. So yeah. All right. We'll catch you later. Peace and chicken grease, everyone. See Sammy